Hi Swope Panthers, and welcome to the 2021 school year. My name is Angela Kopal and I will be the 7th grade school counselor. Along with myself, we have Mike Nakashima, our principal, Amy Callahan, our assistant principal, Mrs. Zolano, our administrative secretary, Pam Mincer, our registrar, and Miss Della Bordella will be our 8th grade counselor. This year, every student will receive a Panther planner. The Panther planners are used for students to just to keep themselves organized throughout the day. They're able to write down assignments. It allows parents and teachers to communicate with each other, write due dates, all of those kind of things. These are graded in your enrichment class, and additionally they're used for hallway passes to use to the restroom and to go to the lockers when lockers are available. Here is our bell schedule. We have had some changes to our bell schedule this year. We will be doing a straight 7 schedule, so students will go to every single class every single day. And for those of you that might be familiar with our schedule, you'll also notice that we don't have an advisory this year. So it is just a straight 7, and on the first day of school, students will report to their first period class. Wednesday is the same, 7 periods that they'll go to. Each class is just a little bit shorter, and on Wednesdays we do have early release at 1:15. What is enrichment? So enrichment for 7th graders during lunchtime while the 8th graders are at lunch. The 7th graders will go to enrichment, and then we swap while the 7th graders are at lunch. The 8th graders will go to enrichment. During enrichment, it's just a time, sometimes you work on homework, other times we do social emotional learning, go through our positive behavior supports that we encourage in our school, and we also go over our PRAL quality. So what if you can't figure out your schedule? That's probably one of the biggest fears coming into middle school, is trying to balance all the different classes and going from class to class and knowing where to go. There are adults in the building. They will be out in the hallways on duty during passing time and can point you in the right direction. If you have any questions or any concerns, your student can come into the SAC and sign up on a laptop outside the counselor's office, and we will work with students to address any concerns on their schedules. We are a dress code school. Students are required to be in dress code every single day. There are polo shirts and swope sweatshirts and khaki pants or black pants. The pants can be any material as long as they are black or khaki. We do allow Adidas pants with like the stripes down the side. They could have a small Nike logo on it, as long as they are primarily black and khaki pants. Shirts and sweatshirts can be purchased at Kate's Logos. They are located on West 2nd Street or online. And personal sweatshirts can be worn to school and during lunchtime and then after school, but when you're on campus and passing between classes and in class, you are required to be only in your swope uniform. Cell phone policy. Cell phones must be turned off from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you need to reach your student or students need to reach parents, we have landline phones in all of the classrooms. Students can go to an office. And most of the time, if they really need to, they can speak to a teacher and text really quick, but they aren't allowed to be used just for general purposes throughout the classroom. Please note that we are not responsible for the lost or stolen items. So if students do lose that, it is their responsibility to look for it. So consequences. The first week or so, we'll give kids reminders, make sure they're putting their phones away. In class, teachers will tell the students put their phones away. The first time is their warning. Anytime beyond that, the student's phone is taken by teachers and will be sent to the SAC, and students will be allowed to pick up their phone after school. Anytime after that, after the 3rd offense, they will receive a lunch detention the following day. Backpacks, this is another change for us this year. Backpacks will be allowed throughout the building as lockers will not be in use at this time. Like I said, lockers are not being used at this time. Students will be required to carry all of their belongings, whether it's in a backpack or loose, throughout the day. And in lieu of lockers, until further notice, you have to have either a backpack or just be carrying all of your belongings with you. Class information, so syllabus, class fees, all of those kind of things are going to be given during the first week in class. So if you're wondering what supplies you need, don't worry about that. That will be, information will be given the first week of school. Some electives do have requirements outside of school hours, so keep that in mind for some of the music classes. And please note that we do our best to put kids into their first choices. Unfortunately, this isn't always available. Sometimes due to scheduling conflicts, classes might be full, those kind of things. We don't always promise that kids are going to get their first or even second choices. So please just note that there could be a possibility that they're not in the classes that they necessarily chose. Nutrition services, for those of you coming up from 7th grade, if you had free and reduced lunch last year, that does carry over for about the first 3 weeks in school, but you will need to reapply if you're going to continue with the free and reduced lunch services. Otherwise, we do offer breakfast for $1.85 and lunch for $2.95, and then we have individual snacks for varying prices that they can purchase as well. Start now. So one of the things that's really important for our middle school students and even beyond that is for kids to start off strong. We do start testing pretty quickly into the school year. Those are what we use as well as the high schools use as far as making sure we're placing our students into the correct classes. Additionally, your GPA is really important. You might not think about it now in 7th grade, but moving on into high school, they look at 7th and 8th grade GPA as far as being able to place you into some of the specialty academies that the high schools offer. And then attendance is critical to your child's education. Please make sure your kids are here unless they're sick. Otherwise, just make sure they're on campus and getting the learning that they need to be getting. So PBIS, this is our positive behavior. We reward students when we see students exhibiting these behaviors, and we really encourage perseverance, respect, organization, work ethic, and leadership. Okay, so schedules will be available to your students on Infinite Campus starting the 13th of August. And then if you're not able to access it on Infinite Campus for any reason, we will be printing them out and students will get them in their first period class on that first day of school. And then staff will be available throughout the outside area and inside to point students to where their first period class is so that they know where to go to find their classes. And please remember while you are on campus to make sure that you're wearing your mask and practicing your social distancing. We really look forward to seeing you guys here, masks on, healthy and happy, and we're looking forward to a great year.